YouTube wouldn't let me do it. Okay. I see I'm having trouble already. Well, I got storms all around me. Okay. I got all kinds of crazy shit weather-wise. So I don't know what kind of signal I'm even going to have, but happy 421. Honest, I tried to be here on time. The weather just wouldn't let me. Okay. I'm getting all sorts of tornado warnings and watches and all kinds of shit around here today. So we got just plain nasty weather. It's dark and rainy and full of storms. Just plain nasty. So, but I'm here. So I really didn't think I'd be able to get a signal, but I got one. So lucky you. And I can't find my glasses. I read you some news. I know they're around here somewhere because I was wearing them today. Let's see. Where did I put them? You on the floor? Yeah, they're on the floor. I got them. So let's see what's in the news. I got to blow my nose. Damn sinuses. So, the Biden administration has filed suit against the state of Georgia, claiming that their new voting laws are aimed to restrict the rights of black voters. The Justice Department, it's their first attack on states that are passing these restrictive voting laws. So Georgia violated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. Voting restrictions were signed into law in March. Brian Kemp, he claimed common sense. These are common sense efforts to restore confidence among Georgia voters in the integrity of Georgia elections following the 2020 presidential vote, in which some absentee voting provisions were loosened. If you recall, Trump pressured Georgia to pressured Georgia officials to change the voting in the state of Georgia, and of course there was no voter fraud in the state of Georgia. So of course there's no reason for any of these laws. So Merrick Garland said, the rights of all eligible citizens to vote are the central pillars of our democracy. So that's what's going on, folks. They're going to be attacking these states that are trying to restrict voters' rights. And it's really nice to see that that's happening, because Georgia's just the first step. They'll be hitting Texas and Michigan and all those other states that are trying to do the same fucking thing. Whatever, there are 47 of them or something that are trying to restrict voting laws. So, all you people in the Pacific Northwest, you're about to get some Arizona weather. Oregon, Washington, and Idaho are going to have a hot time this week. The Pacific Northwest is under attack by Mother Nature. It can expect record-breaking highs. Washington and Oregon could see temperatures as high as 113, and Idaho as high as 114. There's not a lot of air conditioning units in the area. Turns out that only about a third of the households in Seattle have air conditioning, according to a survey done in 2015. And they're expected to reach an all-time high there, exceed, actually. Their record high is 103, and they could be 106 on Monday. So they could break that record. Now, they've been keeping records of the temperatures there since the 40s. And so these only 2 times has the temperature risen above 100 since 1940 in Seattle. And they're about to break that. Okay, so it's part of the problem too is that it's not going to get very cool at night. So there's going to be this carryover from night to day where the temperatures are just going to get exceedingly hotter day after day. So there's not going to be a chance for any cool down. So it's going to get pretty nasty for a few days up there. And I know Stoney's going to have a tough time. Going to be hot. It's going to get a little bit of Katie's weather. So Katie's looking forward to some rain. I guess Tucson could get some ample storms due to a hurricane aftermath. So that's good here. She could use the rain. So the World Health Organization is encouraging those who are vaccinated to continue to wear masks and keep up with all the other safety precautions relative to the virus due to the Delta variant. Although things seem to be opening up here, that's not the case in the rest of the world. The Delta variant is, although in this country now, the only people who have died in the past week are people infected with the Delta variant. So this is this extremely virulent strain of this virus. So you got to be careful here, folks. Although this Delta variant won't kill you if you're vaccinated, you can still get sick, okay? There's a good chance you won't be hospitalized if you've been vaccinated, so that's a good thing. But yeah, the World Health Organization is recommending that you continue to follow. Dog, welcome aboard. Follow the the mask mandate and all that. Continue with those precautions, even if you are vaccinated. The reason being, everywhere from Australia to Israel and all over Europe, there have been large breakouts of this Delta variant. Cities are shutting down again. Things are happening real bad all over, okay? The rest of the world is getting fucked up again because of this damn Delta variant. Of course, a lot of countries have been much slower in vaccinating people than we have. Even though seem like we've been lagging behind. We haven't, it doesn't look like we're going to meet, Buds, welcome aboard. Doesn't look like we're going to meet the expectations of Joe Biden with regard to the 4th of July's deadline. Stony, how you enjoying the weather up there? Just did a story on it. They're talking about Seattle being 106 on Monday. So, can I start over? So, just came over from Bud's in Hazard Live. Oh. Well, welcome aboard, Richard. So, yeah, they're saying that this Delta variant is all over Europe. And so the World Health Organization is saying, wear your masks, even if you're vaccinated. So some places are fully open. That's nuts. Well, like I say, the only people who died in the past week in the United States were people who were infected with the Delta variant. And most likely people who weren't vaccinated, okay? Because That's supposed to protect us from everything. So Bud send you over here, Richard? I hope so. Oh, my joint went out. I don't know what it's like where you're at, dog, but it's raining like a sumbitch here. I've been getting, my phone's been going off like crazy with tornado watches and warnings. I even got one earlier that, I mean, it was like an alert, you know. Of course, the sirens haven't gone off, but then I wouldn't know if it was a tornado or a nuke meltdown, you know. Don't know the difference. Windy too, huh? It's not windy here. It's just a straight downpour. I can tell because my roof's not leaking. So I don't get any water coming in the house if it's a straight downpour. Only if the wind blows from the south or whatever. Tornado nuke, yeah. Tomato. Tornado. I gotta increase the size of the chat. Oh, that's way big. Let me come down a little. That's better. Sometimes it's too big. There. Dog fixes roofs. No, he doesn't. He can't find a crew anymore. Just read an article that this variant is not as bad as the television says. India is not as bad as what we are told. Not to Liz House's level. Yeah, right. Now I got to get that thing. It's just that valley there where the two come together. I just need to get that tarred up. I think that's going to solve my problem. I truly do. Okay, because it's only when the wind blows from a certain direction, that's when I get the water. So I think if I just got that one spot tarred up, I think I'd be good. And AIDS doesn't hurt. Yeah. Well, last I heard, they were burning bodies in the street in India. So I tend to believe that this whole pandemic is precisely that. It's a pandemic. Okay, it's a worldwide infection, and it isn't going to be the last. Some of Bud's spray seal. Yeah. But yeah, so there's new restrictions because of the rise of the Delta variant all over Europe. So back in I heard about you from the panel on Bud's panel. The Dog Pound put up your link. Oh, great. Well, I hope you enjoy the show. I do a few news stories. I have a Weed of the Week, and then we just sit around and bullshit. So it's pretty much how it goes. So back in 2004, there was the Pulse nightclub was opened in on June 12th of 2006. The second worst mass shooting by a single gunman occurred there. 49 people were killed, 53 other people were injured. It was the second deadliest terrorist attack on U.S. soil since 9/11. A 29-year-old Omar Mateen was shot and killed by police after a 3-hour standoff. And as a result of this, on Friday, Biden signed a bill designating the site of the Pulse nightclub as a national memorial. And the bill passed through the House and the Senate with unanimously, 100% unanimously on both House and the Senate passed this bill that he signed into that he signed on Friday, making the Pulse nightclub a national memorial. And he also said that he hopes he never has to do this sort of thing again. So, and the Senate, yes, unanimously, Well, nobody wanted to look like a gay basher. I'm sure that's what it was all about. Okay. That wasn't going to happen, So, I'm surprised myself too that it went through that easily. How many died? There were 49 killed and 53 wounded. Your phone is 10% battery. Try your wife's phone. Okay. But they're okay with Nazis, but not gays. Okay. I don't know what they do with a gay Nazi. They'd be scratching their head over that one, wouldn't they? What do I do? What do I do? That'd throw them for a loop. So our old pal Derek Chauvin got 22 and a half years for the killing of George Floyd. The max was 40. He'll serve at least 15. Okay. So the prosecutors wanted 30. His attorneys wanted probation. It is to laugh. Yeah, I'm okay with 22 and a half. You know why I'm okay with 22 and a half? Because it's not over. He still faces federal charges, okay? He still faces federal hate crime charges, okay? Racial discrimination charges. I hope he likes Bubba. Yeah, me too. But yeah, he still faces federal crime charges. Not only for George Floyd, but for that 14-year-old kid he beat the shit out of with a flashlight. Okay, they're getting him on that one too. Yeah, because Bubba gonna love him. Yeah. That's gonna be great. So so not only for George Floyd, but for the for that 14-year-old boy that he beat up with a flashlight and then knelt on his neck until he was unconscious. Yeah, he's gonna be tried for that as well. So after his 22 and a half years or 15 years or however long he happens to serve, then they're going to try him for the federal shit, and they'll tack on some more years for that. So yeah, I'm okay with 22 and a half years. 15 years of his miserable life behind bars, that's great. And then he's on probation after that. Okay, I mean, it's not over after 15 years. He still has to live a clean life after that. And every black man out there is going to be picking on him to get him to blow his shit once he does get out. Makes you want to wear a hand grenade around your neck just in case. Yeah. So, wow. The weed of the week is Pillow Factory. Okay. And it's 16.93% THC. And it's an indica hybrid. And police immunity should go away at the federal level. If you have to break the law to do your job, you have the wrong job. Well, they're trying to get some kind of policing act passed, but the GOP is standing in the way again. Okay? These fuckers just won't pass any laws that'll protect the people. Is it what the pillow guy is smoking? Because it's bomb and delusional. Yes. Yes, he's smoking Pillow Factory. Okay, Richard. I promise not to call you Debbie. So, in case you didn't hear, the weed of the week is Pillow Factory. It's 16.93% THC, and it's an indica hybrid. So, I'm Rich Deb. Okay. Roy Cohn. What do Roy Cohn, Michael Cohen, and Rudy Giuliani have in common? And Debbie says hello and cheers, everyone. Well, hello and cheers to you too, Debbie. Terrorist intimidation? No. They were all Trump lawyers who can't practice law in New York. Okay. Roy Cohn was Trump's daddy's lawyer and also Trump's lawyer. And strangely enough, Joseph McCarthy's lawyer back in the 50s. Okay. And he's, yeah, really. So now, he was also the one that told Donald Trump that if you tell a lie often enough, people will think it's the truth, which was the same advice he gave to Joseph McCarthy back in the 50s. Okay. So, and Trump, of course, ran with that when he was president. Okay. As we saw, 4 years of that. So then, of course, Michael Cohen was disbarred when he was sent to prison. And now Rudy Giuliani has been told he can no longer practice law in the state of New York. Okay. Because of all the bullshit he did with the Trump election. All the false statements he made. Cohn is dead. Roy Cohn is dead. He died of AIDS some years back. And that's when Michael Cohen took over. Roy Cohn was C-O-H-N, if you want to read about him. He was a sleaze, as you can imagine. I mean, Joseph McCarthy and then Trump Sr. and then Donald. Can't get any sleazier than that. Mike's 54, yeah. And he's no longer a lawyer either, so. But, I mean, being Trump's lawyer is not a good thing, apparently. Good way to lose your license. So, That was my my wow story today. So apparently UFOs aren't called UFOs anymore. They're now UAPs. So those are unidentified aerial phenomenon. They don't want to call them unidentified flying objects anymore. I guess because they can't be sure they're flying. Yeah, aerial phenomenon. So Friday they released a report that revealed that unidentified aerial phenomenon. There are 144 of them that they have no idea what the fuck they are, but they're not ready to say that they are aliens because there's a lack of evidence has stymied their efforts to determine what they are. Okay. So they're not sure they're not aliens, but they're not going to say they are. Okay. So the mystery is still a mystery. So we don't know if there's aliens out there or not. But I'm going to bet there are. I mean, because, you know, we can't be flukes of the universe. There has to be other life out there. Something. Yeah. That's what they are. 44 something. No, 144 something. That's gross. What goes flying these things? I don't know. But there's a gross of them out there. Okay. That they don't know what the fuck they are. So. And that's all the news I care to read today. I don't think they're ghosts. What's weird is that no country will own up to whatever these things are if they are from here. Just heard the microwave spliffy and got hungry. Oh, you hear it back there? Yeah, the damn thing won't work right. And say that the movement is not of a mechanical craft, none of man. Well, none to man. Oh, craft known to man. Yeah, well, that we're aware of. I mean, we don't know what some other country might have technologically. Oh, you can see her using it? Yeah, she's back there. Beating up the microwave. We have a new one. The other one just won't quit soon enough. And so we haven't replaced it yet. So we're waiting for it to die. It just won't die soon enough. Yes, I do. All the time. He's always naked. So I'd be naked too if this wasn't for this show. So I like to scare the neighbors. I go out in the yard naked and stuff. You know, hey, if they want to look, you know, destroy their eyesight, that's their business. You know, I'm on my own property. I should be able to do whatever I want, right? And believe me, a naked spliffy is not a pretty sight. I have to go get something else to drink. Excuse me for a moment, would you? I can only drink so much water. That's another question I have. Why does my doctor tell me to drink a lot of water? and then give me a diuretic. Okay? Don't understand that. Why am I told to drink a lot of water and then he gives me something that makes me pee? Makes no sense. Somebody said you were naked. Who did? Somebody said he could see it in the kitchen. Said you were naked.
Oh, because I got this pink top one.
I told him I'd be naked too if I wasn't on YouTube right now.
There you go, sir.
He's flushing my system out, but he doesn't want me to dehydrate. Oh, I see. Never been a hoarder. So, John, the military dude, came by. That chair is like a big ball. Like a big ball glove. Yeah, pretty much. So there's this guy who lives down the road, John, the military dude. He's a 29-year Army vet who has PTSD. He's on full military disability. And he's kind of wacko. But he's a grower. And he came over the other day and gave me 4 cuttings, which I'm going to root. So I thought that was mighty nice of him. He also brought me a couple of nugs off one of his plants. And so he wants to hang out more. He's really reclusive, and he is a hoarder. But he wants to stop drinking as much as he's been drinking. And the only way he can do that is if he's got somebody to talk to. So I said I'd be that person. So we're going to hang out a little more because I need to get out of the house myself more during the week. And so we're going to help each other out and exchange ideas and such. He says he's got some mushroom spores. And he'll teach me how to grow them. Although I shouldn't be saying that here. But he is, his next door neighbor is a local cop. And he's been giving him weed. So things are pretty safe around his house. He's got an outdoor grow going in his swimming pool, his above ground pool. So you can't see it very well. His neighbors can't really see it. Works out good. Make friends, weed. Yes. So, yeah, it is clever, isn't it? You know, at least till they get real tall, he's pretty safe. You know. Yeah. Now that I think about it, you're right. So he's also got a big grow indoors. So, but he always has problems. I think he overthinks it. And that's the problem. He gets in it too deep. They pretend to swim while balancing on a ladder. And choppers fly over. I don't know. He's right on the river, though. I don't know. I don't ever see any choppers flying over. Tell you the truth. Used to be a guy with an ultralight used to fly over all the time. I don't know what happened to him. I don't see him flying around here anymore. So, but yeah. So I saw him a couple of times this week. He met me up at the keg one day, and I challenged him to have only 2 beers, and it worked. See a chopper so close once I could see the fucker's smiling face. That's too close. That's too close. Although I do like helicopter flying. I always enjoyed riding in helicopters. More so than fixed wing aircraft. They're a lot more fun. I don't know if you've ever done any helicopter flying, but it's a gas. Too close for comfort. Yeah. I was in a helicopter field maintenance unit when I was in Alaska. And we'd go on a chaplain's run on Sundays. They'd take the chaplain out to the Aleutians for services. And while take care, Stoney. See you Tuesday, hopefully. So we take the chaplain out to the Aleutians, and I'd go along for the ride. And during the services, we go out and get herds of caribou running. It was fun. So be surprised how large some of those herds of caribou can be. Trimming. Who's trimming, Buds? Oh, what? What do you want, girl? I'm not getting up. Go lay down. Talk to somebody else about going outside. I'm not doing it. So, just got to find somebody else. I seen Polar Express. Oh, I see. Yeah. After dinner, back to trimming. Oh, okay. Wish it was me. Yeah, that's Heidi. She's right here, being a pain in the ass, as usual. I thought you had one of those baskets, Buds. One of them trimming baskets. Or didn't you get one of those? Or were we just talking about them? I know Stoney's not crazy about the idea. He likes to look at his buds while he's trimming them. I'm just so shaky for that kind of shit. Maybe I won't be so shaky after my surgery. Maybe it'll be easier for me to trim. Hand trim. Okay. Yeah. Maybe if I could put the bud in something to hold it while I trim it, that might be better rather than hold it in my hand. You know, like a clip of some kind that's attached to the table. And I could just trim the bud with one hand and not have to hold it with the other. Because, if I hold it in my left hand, that's my really shaky hand. Then to trim it with my minimally shaky hand, that's just crazy. Put the two of them together and it's like, like I'm waving the bud around while I'm trying to trim it. So that doesn't work. So, last time dog trimmed my whole harvest, so I can't expect him to do that every time. A dog. That's the only reason I would consider doing the basket or something like that, would be because it's so difficult for me to trim. And this would be the only reason, it seemed to me. Because I prefer to hand trim if I could. You work for sandwiches. I'll feed you. That's not a problem. I'll be willing to feed you. I'll at least take you up to the keg and get you a burger or something. Ever guess what's for dinner? Let's see. Mac and cheese. Let's start there. And something else. How close am I? That was my guess. Yep. And what's the something else? Come on, fill us in. What's on the side of the mac and cheese? Some kind of sausage, yeah. Of course. Harbor Freight has a pedestal with 2 alligator clips and magnifying lens that light up. Oh, that'd work. That'd work for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that would work great. Yeah, I could just use, because my right hand will be steady, hopefully, by the end of the summer after my surgery. So then I'd only have the one shaky hand. And with something like that, I could trim up very easily. Yeah, that'd make all the difference. And it cost me one less burger. I wouldn't have to get one for a dog. I could just do it myself. A dog. I wouldn't have to buy you a burger. Couldn't let that happen, huh? That's because dog knows how good the burgers are at the keg. Because they are delicious. They got about 5 different varieties of cheese. You can even get an egg on one if you want. So, bacon, all kinds of shit. All sorts of toppings. Barbecue sauce. You can get an Italian burger. They got it all. Mushroom Swiss. For a dive bar that's seats about 20 people, they certainly have a lot of food selections. Your house smells fantastic. Well, yeah, because it smells like sausage and mac and cheese. Nothing like the smell of sausage cooking, I'm telling you. Is it smoked sausage? Or is it a fresh sausage? What do you got there? Some kielbasa? Smells of weed. Oh. I thought it was the sausage. Well, you see that plant you brought over, dog? Growing by leaps and bounds. What kind of sausage is it, buds? Brats? Italian? Some kielbasa? What you got going there? Yeah, the plant's looking sweet though, dog. Cheddar brats. Nice. I need a drink. And blow my nose. And it's crappy weather. Yeah, looking pretty. I have to rethink those red lights. I think I'm going to have to hang that on an angle so it pitches in towards the plants. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Because, you know, like with that large LED you had, Doug, you know, it shines straight down. So I think if I pitch it in at an angle, that's what I'm going to have to do. I think that'll work just fine. You'll see what I mean when you come over. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But after the show, I'm going to get those cuttings in for rooting. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, buds. I got a square red light, LED light. It's a square panel. And I think I can just, you know, run the white one normally and then just put the red one in at an angle, maybe in the back of the tent. And then just have it shine on an angle on the plants from the back. So they get that red spectrum. I think that'll work just fine. You know what I'm talking about. Because I put them in there side by side and the red was just straight down. So that's not going to work. But I figure, you know, if I pitch it, it'll get the whole tent. You know, like at a 45-degree angle or something like that. That ought to work just fine. Don't you think? Do it from the side so it's not in your eyes when you're working in there. Oh, good idea. I don't know about tomorrow. Going to rain all day? Oh, that was today. It rained all day. It's going to rain all day again tomorrow? Let me see. Wetter. No, it was a 79% today. It's only a 44% chance tomorrow. So that looks like a much better chance. It's, you know, that's what, 35% less chance that it's going to rain tomorrow than today. So when you get up in the morning, you can decide then. How's that? That would make sense to me anyway. And the lightning isn't as, there's a sun behind the cloud on my phone. So it's like, it's going to be like partly rainy. If that's a thing, I don't know. Not taking any chance with the leaking roof. Okay. Okay. It's your loss. It's your loss. I was going to party all day tomorrow, but some really big things planned, but too bad you're going to miss it all. You can come by and fix that tomorrow if it ain't raining. Well, you know, I still got that weed for you, buds. Those samples of my grow that I look longingly at every time I see them sitting there. So, well, you don't need to come by and help me fix it. I could take care of that, but you could have the weed. Come over for the weed if you want. I got this distillate from Arizona you might want to try. It's ice cream cookies, and it's like 92% THC or something. I can give you a separate cartridge you can taste. You don't even have to toke on the one I'm toking on. So if you want to sample that too, you can. Oh, you're talking about the leak in the RV. Oh, I thought he was going to come by and help me fix up my tent. You don't need help. He could help me. Where would you rather go, buds? Come over here and get high, or go over to his house and work on his roof? You decide. It's your choice. Well, Buzz, you still have to come by sometime, pick up that weed, though. You know, they're just little baggies, little tastes in them for you. Each of the three of them. So, yeah, you got to come go get those. And so far, the one I got from you, that seed I got from you, that's the only one I got going. Aside of the one that dog brought over last week. But that's the only viable grow I had. All the other seeds, all the ones that popped failed on me. Plants failed. But that one is going strong still. Your biggest harvest yet. Great. So if I can get these things rooted, I think since I have 4 of them, I'm going to give 2 of them to my bestie. She wants to grow some stuff. So if all 4 of these root, I'm going to give her 2 of them, keep 2 for myself. Next time I come by, bring my pH meter. I haven't even taken it out of the box. Was it pre-calibrated, dog, or did you calibrate it? I know he's got a new one, Buds. Dog, did you pre-calibrate it? Was it pre-calibrated? You had to calibrate it. Okay. Okay, then I guess I'll take mine out of the box now. So I haven't even looked at it. I've been doing some other things and ordering so much other shit. And by the way, what you plug into that light does not go out when the light does. So I gotta get a timer for the red light. So I decided I just put them both on a different timer. I just run the white light and the red light off another timer. So I ordered the timers. And then I got a multi-plug to put in the timers so I can run them both off of one timer. Because what you plug into the light does not go out when the light goes out. So found that out. That's what you do. Run them off a separate timer. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Since I'm going 24/7 anyway, it doesn't really make any difference except during flower. So and I think I need to repot the plant from you, Buds. I think it's time to do that. No, they don't. No, they don't. Marijuana is a class C3 plant. Class C3 plants don't need any rest. They grow 24/7. just like a cabbage. Cabbage can grow 24/7. Google it. That's how come they can grow 35-pound cabbages in Alaska in the summertime. You just need sleep? Okay. I got you. I understood you. All the words in my mind are misspelled, so it doesn't make any difference what you write. I understand you. Okay. You're not in Alaska. I understand that. But you could still have 24-hour sunlight in your tent. Oh, we missed it. Although Stoney did say that there is a 5-minute grace period. So happy 423. Oh, there we go. Now it's pointed. So not much else going on in my life. And lunch with my bestie yesterday from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. So it's, I guess you can't really call that lunch. And Mike gave me some transplant advice. So he's a wizard when it comes to growing weed. He grew the best sour diesel I ever had in my life. He had a hydro system in his basement some years back. So Denise is trying to get him more involved in her legal grow because he got busted. He didn't get busted for his grow because he had just finished everything up and there was nothing in the house. They busted up his whole grow system. They took all his filtration shit and everything. And but what they got him for was a bunch of mushrooms he had. And it turned out to be the biggest mushroom bust in Grundy County ever. He got 6 months for it. Felony busted, and he got 6 months for it. And so when she got her med card and could legally grow, he wouldn't let her for a long time. Now he's given in. So, but he won't help her, which is weird. He's got all this knowledge, but he won't help her. You know, he'll give me advice, but he won't help her with her grow. It's funny stuff. So I was over there talking to him yesterday too when he got home from work. And he gave me some pointers on this. And so I found out what I was doing wrong with those peat pods, dog. You got to soak them things forever. Make sure they're wet enough. You can't just do it for a couple hours. You got to soak them suckers like overnight. Get them things really, really soaked. That makes all the difference, he says. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start these babies in those peat pods. And according to the rooting hormone I have, they should root in 5 days and be transplantable in 7. So that's what I'll do. And that's what he said. He said I should be able to see all the roots and everything within a week. And go ahead and transplant them into a cup by then. So I'm looking forward to it. Be my first clones. See how it goes. I'm excited. Never did this before. But somebody talk to me. I can only hear myself here. Oh, thank you. You don't do clones? I've seen they have to be grown. Well, did we miss what's that? Plant the Planet Day? That's already gone, right? Did you promote that this year, dog? I didn't hear you talking much about planting the planet. Did you do that? June 3rd. Yeah, that's over. So you should have planted the planet, buds. Did you go out and plant the planet? Just sneak some seeds into the park somewhere or something like that? Oh, it was a bum year for it. Yeah. Crappy weather. Well, you could still plant a seed or two here or there. And I mean, eventually Mother Nature will take over, you know. You're not wasting your seeds. Well, I guess I could use some of these, I guess. You know, I got that bag. You know, I could always take some of those out and scatter them around, I guess. Trouble is that, you know, somebody else would end up smoking the weed, and that'd be disappointing to me. You know. So that'd be the only problem there. I'd want the weed. What's the point of planting the seeds if I'm not going to be the one that's going to smoke it? You know. You know, the place where I got my weed card, the guy sells clones. You do have a million blue cheese and Durban poison seeds. Probably Hermes seeds. But yeah, the guy I got where I got my weed card, you know, that mill where you just pay him and they sit you down with a doctor and he finds out what's wrong with you so you can get your card. The guy sells clones now too. So that's pretty cool. I think they're $25. So, I mean, it's weird though that you can grow in Illinois, but they don't sell seeds. You know, where the hell are you supposed to get them from? You know, seriously, what strains? I don't know. I don't. I don't have his number. I can get it from a bestie, but I would imagine he has a number of different strains. But I used to have his number, and I had his email address, but I don't know what the hell I did with it. I think I deleted it by accident. But yeah, $25 a piece for clones. Which I thought was pretty reasonable. So I don't know. Saves you a lot of headache, a lot of waiting. Don't you think? Bringing clones to one's grow is a way to get bugs too, though. I see. Yeah. I didn't see any bugs on these little guys, these cuttings he gave me. I gave them a good looking over. You know, but they're cuttings from indoor plants, so I wouldn't expect there to be any bugs. And God knows what he's doing. I'm looking forward to getting that started too. So always keep, yeah, I'm going to put them in a different tent for my other plants. Yeah, I got the two tents, so I figured I put the clones in the one tent and then keep going in the other tent with my grow. So that's what I'm going to do. So got it already. I just got to cut them up, put them in there, dip them, and so I am eager. I almost want to just, like, I don't know, end the show and go do it. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm eager to do this. Let's put it that way. I'm eager to do this. So you should be done trimming by midnight. And I guess you did have a big harvest. Gotta go. It's nice and interesting. You'll be seeing more of me. Oh, thank you. Glad to hear that. thanks for coming aboard, and hope to see you again. Hey, show up Tuesday for my music show if you can. That's at 4:20 Central. I usually pick an artist and feature their music, and we chat over it. And I just play a bunch of their stuff, tell you a little bit about them. If you like, stop in and check that out. Going to take a month to dry with this humidity. Yeah. Yeah, well. Yeah, bye, Debbie. Yeah, I have air conditioning here. We could dry it out in my tent or something. Things dry out fast here. I guess we can't put it in the tent because I'm going to use both. But yeah, how would you help, dog? You're just as humid as him. I do have central air, though. If you could find a place to hang it here. It's pretty dark in my dining room. You just want to hang it to dry. We can figure out something. You know, central air. So humidity is very low in here. You know, if you need low humidity, I got it. So, you know, give it a thought. Okay. If you're good, you're good. Well, I think I'm going to go take care of those plants and call it a day. I think I'll call it Saturday. That's a good day to call it, don't you think? I mean, because that's not a name that's already taken this week. You need to blast one day. Sure. I'm good with that. Doug? Doug generally. Doug? Doug generally comes down on Wednesdays. If you want to come by. Could always do that. You know, he's usually here in the afternoons. That would work. It's not raining. You know, he doesn't like to get his skate wet. What? No finger? I didn't get a finger for that. Yeah. Let's work on that. Okay. Okay. Well, remember, there's nothing funny about peace, love, and understanding. And take care and tune in Tuesday. All right. We'll see you, folks. End stream. End.